All right, we are keeping a very close eye on this breaking news here this afternoon coming to us from Balch Springs. We showed you this just a moment ago. Look at all the damage that has been done there just since we last checked in on that right before weather. Now we have multiple homes that are burning, that are on fire right now. You see it coming through the roof here of this one. You see that one pretty much fully engulfed there right next to it. And this is just within minutes that we're talking about here. This started as a grass fire there in Balch Springs. The area that we're talking about here, we now know the area. It is I-20. It is just north of I-20 there at South Beltline Road. Got a big subdivision there. This is the edge of that subdivision. If you look up in the upper right-hand part of your screen there, you can see a ladder truck just pouring water down on one of the houses that borders these houses that have already started to go up in flames here. You can see the emergency response coming from the other side as well. We've got those brush crews trying to make their way over there to try to get a handle on those flames. But, you know, how many people are home right now? You know, you start wondering about that. It is the summertime. The kids are not in school right now. And so making sure that everyone is accounted for, that is priority number one out there. And then, of course, you know, trying to get these flames under control as well. As we were talking about just a few minutes ago, this is worst case scenario when you are a firefighter responding to one of these grass fires. We've been hearing all the warnings lately, the red flag warnings about just how quickly this can happen. This thing just sprung to life within a matter of minutes and just started chewing through this neighborhood here. And again, as I say, this is worst case scenario when you're a firefighter because, yeah, you want to jump in there and just start tackling those flames. But of course, the first priority has to be to make sure that you've got a head count there, that you're making sure everyone is out of these structures. Some of these, you know, homes might have animals in them as well. And so, you know, firefighters are out there on the scene. We know that. No doubt they are going to be calling for additional help to head that way. This looked like, when we took a wider view of it, that it possibly, you know, we don't want to, you know, judge what may have happened before we got there on scene, but it almost looks like a triangle that came from the road over to the right side of this, and it almost looks like it goes right up to that road, like perhaps something may have sparked it there at that road, and then it just raced across that field that sat behind those houses. And, you know, if you've been out and about lately, if you're not talking about an area that gets irrigated regularly with a sprinkler system, you know how dry stuff is out there. And, you know, depending on, you know, how much grass there was there, how high that grass was, it didn't take any time at all for that fire to just get all the way across that field and get into these houses. Again, this is on the very edge of a very large subdivision there in Balch Springs, I-20 at Beltline Road. We're going to keep on watching this. I think that we're going to be getting some people on the phone here in just a moment from Balch Springs, and we have multiple crews headed that way as well.